evening, everyone. The time is 7:31. I am going to bring this meeting to order. This is the regular council meeting of August 8th. Clerk, can you please do a roll call?
Councilwoman Aaron. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Bliss. Councilman Fleming.
Here.
Councilor Rohrbach. Here. Councilman Soltis.
Here.
Councilor Wright.
Here.
Mayor Grafstein.
I'm here. Can I please have a motion to excuse Mayor Pro Tem Bliss? He did give notice.
So moved.
Thank you. Support? I support them. Thank you. Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Pro Tem Bliss has been excused. And then next up, we have approval of the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions this evening?
Your Honor?
Yes, please.
All right. I have a few. Can I do them all in one?
You can do
thing?
them
All
all
right.
in one.
So I'd like to add under, I think, number 9, under bid awards and purchases, fire station furniture purchase approval.
That would be number 11.
Okay, number 11. And then I'd like to add under number reports, number 10, tentative agreements for the department heads. And under bid awards and purchases, 12, the emergency purchase change order for 901 East 10 Mile Road.
Thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor, I support.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, these 3 items will be added, number 10, 11, and 12. Are there any other additions or deletions this evening? All right, seeing none, we are going to go to presentations. First up, we have from the DPS, the Summer Beautification Award. Mr. Almas?
Your Honor? Sorry, didn't we have invocation?
Oh, my goodness, I'm so sorry. We did. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Soltis. Sorry, no, thank you so funny you realized.
I was like, I wrote it and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, we know I
Thank you.
did.
Invocation and the pledge this evening will be from Councilman Soltis. And I apologize, Mr. Soltis.
Tonight, I want to take a moment of silence with officers that have, police officers that have lost their life within this year. One is Mountie Deputy Nicole Schuff, Police Officer Lauren Michael Quartz, Police Officer Freddie Wilson, Captain Colin Burney, and Corporal Ernest M. Robinson. Thank you.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, Mayor Grafstein and members of council. I'm here tonight on behalf of the Beautification Committee, which primarily consists of the Active Adult Board, to present to the council the 2022 Summer Beautification Awards. The committee received a total of 9 nominations for this year's awards. Residents took photos of their own or their neighbor's landscaping to submit to the Beautification Committee's review. The committee has selected 2 outstanding homes as winners and runner-up for the 2022 Beautification Awards. During the review process, it was clear and obvious that many of our residents take great pride in maintaining their homes by way of landscaping and gardening. Please allow me to introduce the owners of these beautiful residences. First up is our award winner, Mr. and Mrs. Mike and Mary Brown of 30728 Blairmore Drive. Mr. and Mrs. Brown. As we later witnessed in our presentation, the home immediately caught the committee's eye. The vibrant gardens and pots with colorful flowers that complemented the various shrubs and trees, along with the well-manicured lush green grass, is what makes this home award-winning. On behalf of the Beautification Committee, congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Brown. Please accept this certificate and a gift card to in the amount of $50 this year. Wow. Not 50,000. This is to Maya's Bakery on 14 Mile. So congratulations to you both.
Very nice.
Congratulations and thank you. Our 2022 Beautification Award runner-up is Mr. and Mrs. John and Jane Miller of 30481 Elder Street. As you will see in the photo, an ample variety of colorful flowers and perennials complemented the manicured shrub and thick green lawn is what makes this home a very close runner-up. The amount of time and effort required to maintain such a beautiful landscaping was sincerely appreciated by the committee. Congratulations to Mrs. and Mrs. Miller. Please accept this certificate of appreciation, a $50 gift card to Maya's Bakery. Is our appreciation for your hard work.
Good job.
You recognize that address, don't you?
That's so cool.
There you are.
Yeah, that's all
There
her.
you go.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'd now like to run a brief presentation of the 2022 nominees.
Yeah, I told you. Yes.
Next to our old house.
They
Yeah.
look familiar.
Yeah.
She recognized it.
Ah.
Thank you to both award recipients as well as the nominees for making your homes and our city look so nice. The Beautification Committee will be reviewing the holiday light decorations in December, and we're always looking for nominees for that. And I know what you're thinking, Mr. Soltis, why am I bringing up holiday decorations when it's 96 degrees?
You can read minds too.
I know what you're thinking, but just keep in mind that winter's only 4 months away. The residents can contact, if you're interested for the holiday decoration awards, residents can contact the Department of Public Services or the Active Adult Center to nominate themselves or their neighbors. Thank you very much, Mayor.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who does more from their part to make their space and our space look so nice. So thank you so much to the two of you, the four of you, as well as everybody else, and to those who work on it but don't quite make it to get nominated. Or to get one or two. So thank you everyone for what you do. All right. Next up, we have a public hearing. This is special approval PSP 22-08 for the motor vehicle maintenance service facility on 12 Mile.
The applicant has requested special use approval to operate a motor vehicle maintenance service facility for quick service oil changes at 434 West 12 Mile Road, located at a vacant grass outlot to the south of the Lowe's. This property is zoned M1 Light Industrial, and if the project is approved, the applicant would be required to divide the outlot into a separate parcel. Per section 10.329, motor vehicle maintenance service facilities, including oil change facilities, are permitted in the M1 district as a special use, subject to use-specific standards. The Site Plan Review Committee reviewed the proposed special approval request at their July 13th meeting and expressed the following concerns. The applicant requests special use approval for a motor vehicle maintenance service facility at 434 West 12 Mile Road. This site is zoned M1 Light Industrial. The proposed oil change facility is compatible with the existing adjacent uses, but is not consistent with the intent of the site's M1 Light Industrial zoning. The proposed use is not completely aligned with the site's mixed-use innovation future land use designation, and that it does not further contribute to or promote an approximate mix of office, commercial, or light industrial uses. The use is not consistent with special use criteria section 10.201(4)(c)(5), conformance with future land use plan for the area as adopted by the Planning Commission. The proposed use is not consistent with special use criteria 10.201(4)(c)(4), the need for the proposed use in specific areas of the city, in that it will further proliferate the amount of quick service auto facilities within a small area of our city, including what would amount to a fourth oil change facility along a small stretch of West 12 Mile Road and a ninth facility within 2 miles of the subject site. The proposed use generally satisfies the special use approval review standards and criteria, but it does not satisfy the city's commercial architectural requirements. Based on these findings, staff recommends that City Council deny the special use request PSP 22-08 for the reasons I just stated. If, however, City Council wishes to approve the requested special use, staff recommends that Council add that the applicant shall submit revised building elevations for site plan review and substantially comply with the city's commercial architectural requirements, section 10.401U. After the public hearing and discussion, City Council may take either action on the requested special use. However, it's important to note that any motion shall include concise findings based on the special approval review standards and criteria.
All right, so at this point, I'm going to open the floor to public comments specifically about the oil change. We will open public comment later for any topic, but right now, if there's anything you'd like to bring to our attention regarding this specific special approval, floor is yours. You can go up there.
Jennifer Marslick, 649 East Harwood. I'm not against this. I just want to put on for the public to hear that we have a lot of oil change places in Madison Heights. That's all.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who wishes to speak? Please go ahead.
Hi everyone, Samantha Moody. I'm a representative of Driven Brands. We were given preliminary comments, so I understand the council's hesitation. I just wanted to add that we're agreeable to all site comments, all changes, facade, everything that's needed to make the site workable. We want to be a partner in the community. And I'm here to answer any questions if you.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak regarding this oil change property? All right, seeing none, I'm going to close public comments and ask what is the wish of council?
Your Honor,
Please.
I'd like to make a motion that council denies the special use request for PSP 22-08 for the reasons stated above.
All right, thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor, I'll support.
Thank you. Motion has been made and seconded to deny the special approval. Is there any discussion among council?
Your Honor,
Please.
I would agree with the site plan review committee about the concerns, and I know that was something we've heard as council members over and over and over again. There's too many things like this in our city, and so I think with our master plan work that we've done to diversify the kind of businesses that are in our city, I would agree that this does not fit into that plan for our long-term growth as a city.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Your Honor?
Please.
So I'd have to agree as well, but part of what I wanted to say was that we have a lot of problems with oil change places in terms of help me out, the tank that collects the oil, the reused oil. I mean, we had a problem here at City Hall that we had to do some work, didn't we, have to replace it? Is there somebody that can speak on this where, has it been inspected? Is there leaks in the tank or whatever holds the oil? How does that work? Do they get picked up? Anybody?
Please,
Go down John Howard, there's a minimum from here to 10 miles, 6 food places that folded closed.
Okay.
Everywhere you look, there's lubrication,
Sir.
these places are folded.
Thank you. So sorry, we're done public comment, we're just gonna
Yeah.
let the representative.
I guess
Thank you.
I'm concerned about the contamination.
Sure.
Sure, yeah, I can only speak to our business model, not other oil changes. For us, we do install our own system. We have about 4 tanks that are cleaned out weekly by a company that services all of our sites. We make sure that there is no contamination, so.
How do you do that?
I wish I could remember the name of the tanks. The company that we use is NCS, and what they do is they not only service them weekly, but it's a service system that basically, so for the oil itself never goes into the tanks. We have jugs that are taken on and off site and that are in the not in the ground above building, like on the corner of the building. So that is never in the sewer system or in any of the tanks.
Like barrels?
No, they're actually just plastic jugs. So our service is more of a quick lube retail service. If you're not familiar with Take 5 oil change, it's a quick lube that's like 10 minutes in and out. So what we do is nothing that is underground, essentially. What we do is we have pits. A gentleman or a woman goes under the site, changes your oil. I mean, nothing ever goes through a system. We do have drains, for example, if there's anything that leaks onto the ground. But our containment is not underground, so that it doesn't ever filter through like a sanitation system or something like that. However, we do have 4 tanks that make sure, underground, that make sure that anything that might proliferate through is also disposed of. I hope I conveyed that correctly. I'm
Yeah,
not the
so-
civil engineer, but.
Right, no, I appreciate that. So not necessarily oil, but the other fluids that are changed.
Right, that's
They
what
all go in the same barrel? or
we have 4
jug?
sanitary tanks.
Sanitary tanks?
Yeah, that are filter systems, for lack of a better term. And they're all meant to go one by one so that nothing ever, again, proliferates through like the city system, for example, and they're serviced weekly.
But it goes into the sewer?
No, it doesn't.
That doesn't?
They're like a separate containment system, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments by council? All right, seeing none, all in favor of denying this request signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those who would like to not deny this signify by saying no. All right, denial passes 6-0. Thank you. Fails. I don't know the term on that, but we passed the denial. We're not approving it, sorry. Next up, we have meeting open to the public. This is the opportunity for public to speak. We ask that you keep it to 3 minutes. Give your name, address, any affiliation with the city, and with that, floor is
Jennifer Marslick, 649 East Arwood. Just about the Ambassador Park lease, I just want to have some comment from anyone up front about how the lease is arranged and how the public benefits monetarily. Not that we can get a profit, but how is that being managed?
Your Honor.
Sure, please.
Well, the lease is not in place. This is a letter of intent to possibly proceed forward, and it's contingent upon a lot of different things happening. County obtaining the financing, and in order for them to obtain the financing to do improvements on the proposed lease, they would have to have this letter of intent approved by the council. So we're in the top of the first inning of the game, so to speak, and unless and until the letter of intent is approved by council, then, and the other pieces fall into place relating to Ambassador Park, then nothing else has happened. There's no legal obligation either way.
Can I ask another question?
Sure.
For the letter of intent, so once it passes here, then it's a go?
No, there's still
this today.
contingencies. It's just the starting point. There's still public engagement to roll out what.
That's what I'm concerned about. Should I be up there? I'm just concerned about the public engagement because I was watching the forums and I even participated in the survey. I'm not against enhancing our parks in any way and making that feasible. But I'm not sure that the public was really made aware of exactly what is intended. So I really would like some clarification, where the people can understand it. Because from what I could tell from the forums, the intent was enhance what we already have as far as parks, and keep the golf course. So I'm at that standpoint right there. I would like more information to work with to make a decision, because I can't make a decision unless I have more. Does that make
Your Honor?
sense? Please go ahead.
The letter of intent does not directly relate to the golf course or any other component. This is just a letter of intent between the county Parks and Rec and the city pertaining to Ambassador Park. It doesn't relate to other pieces that have been discussed. It only relates to Ambassador Park.
And those pieces, the public will have it input?
Yes.
And how will that happen? In a community forum, or?
I think isn't there the meeting August 11th?
That's not a public meeting.
Oh, that's right, that's an administrative meeting, but there's gonna be public engagement as to the other things going on relating to the golf course, the dog park, all of that. This is a letter of intent between, as I said, Oakland County Parks and Rec and the city relating to Ambassador Park only. Doesn't,
Just the lease to
possible lease.
possible lease,
Yeah.
okay.
We're not signing, if we are not voting tonight to say, let's lease it to the county and walk away.
Okay,
We're voting to say, are we interested in seeing what our options are and how we can do this?
thank you.
But in order to,
That's
for this, yeah, so we're one level of government, the county is another, and the federal has said, we're gonna give the county money, how are you going to use it? Tell us how you'll use it, and then we'll consider. So the county is saying to us, hey, the federal will pay for this if are you interested? And we're saying, maybe, but until we sign this to give permission, all of your options.
That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah, okay. Still open, if there's anyone else who wishes to speak, ask a question, speak for 3 minutes, please.
Oh, John Miller, 30481 Elger. And just interested, I've lived in the city 62 years, and I'm 62, so grew up here and everything like that. I've just seen the city change a lot, and I'm sure it's not just this city, but in housing as far as rentals. And of course, the rental people, they don't, they drive up on the lawn, they, park where they want to park. I don't know if there's any, I know once the grass is 8 inches long, we can call the city, have them come out and do something about it. But I don't know if, the landlord is supervised a little bit more, or what the really ruling is on, rental properties. That's all.
I am going to address that. Thank you, Mr. Miller. So the 2 complaints that I get about code are, one, the city keeps harassing me and none of my neighbors. And the other is, there is this property across the street, next door, wherever, that the city doesn't do anything about. And every time I reach out and say, hey, why aren't you doing anything about whatever this property is, and I have multiple properties that people ask me about, what happens is the city actually has done something, but it all takes time. So all I can suggest to you is that if you're telling me that they're parking on the grass, they're not allowed to.
Right.
So call the city. I mean, and that's it. It's not just a matter of your grass has grown too long.
Right.
It's a matter of you're parking on your grass. You're not allowed to do that. Call the city. Will the city come out 30 seconds later, give them a ticket, tow the car? No, but they'll start the process.
Right.
So unfortunately, that's the only, and I know how frustrating it is.
Right.
So.
Thank you. Yep.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak?
Vika Palazzolo, 26859 John R. And this is a tough one. I know most of you are aware of Wayne Reeves passing a few weeks ago. Wayne was a good buddy of mine.
I knew Wayne for over 30 years. We both attended the same church in Troy, and you could find him everywhere they needed help. A greeter on Sunday mornings, an usher, and even the groundskeeper at one time when he owned Oakland Outdoors. Wayne was a good friend, a bit eccentric at times, and very opinionated. You either loved, liked, or didn't care for the man. But when and if you took the time to get to know and listen to him, you found out how passionate Wayne was about helping others who were going through a rough time. He was a very generous man and really took care of those he loved. When I bought my first house in the city in 2004, Wayne would come and scrape my lawn while I was at work. And when I got home, I'd find an invoice in my door with a big circle and a line through it. This went on for at least a year, and never once did he charge me. But Wayne's biggest passion was helping kids. Kids that needed to know the love of a supportive male role model. Wayne opened his home to so many boys and young men, but most of all, he taught them responsibility and respect. Many of Wayne's boys, as he called them, have gone on to become fine young men, including joining the military and one becoming a self-contractor. A couple of years ago, one of Wayne's boys was tragically killed in a drive-by shooting while home visiting on a college break. Wayne dug into his own pockets and had a Crime Stopper billboard put up to help find the shooter. This was the heart of Wayne. As far as I know, they still haven't found the shooter. I truly believe Wayne just wanted to be a dad. His estranged relationship with his ex-wife and daughter left a huge hole in his heart, but Wayne never missed an opportunity to help any child in need. Wayne was a good man and loved his community well. He volunteered with us for a short time at the food pantry and did numerous things around the city that none of us even know about. So I asked the council tonight to consider honoring him with some type of memorial in one of our parks. I know we do this for a lot of our higher esteemed officials, but I believe anybody that steps up in the city is equal with each other. I saw a post on Facebook where someone had a bench they were willing to donate and it just needed to be painted. If council would approve a plaque to adhere to the bench and the spot for the bench, I know it would bless Wayne's heart, because it sure would bless mine and all that knew him. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak this evening? All right, seeing no one, I'm going to close public comment. Continue. So we have communication. We have the resignation of Deborah Ott from the Zoning Board of Appeals. I got a motion to accept.
Your Honor. I'd like to recommend that we accept the motion for the resignation of Deborah Ott and declare the seat vacant.
All right, thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor, I'll support.
Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? All right. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Thank you. Motion passed and carried. We will accept the resignation, and if we can do a letter of thanks as well. Next up, we have reports. We have the CED amendments to the fiscal year 22-23 fee schedule.
The Community Development staff is proposing an amendment to the recently adopted fiscal year 2023 fee schedule to clarify existing fees, provide for reduced fees and less intensive reviews, and create a new fee structure for items included in the approved text amendments in the zoning ordinance. Highlights of this amendment include language for fees associated with recently approved and amended zoning ordinances, an example of which is the food truck ordinance. It also clarifies items such as re-inspection fees when an inspection is missed due to staff not having access to conduct the inspection. A full list of the changes are included in the agenda item. Staff and I recommend City Council approve the amendment to the Community Development Fiscal Year 2023 fee schedule.
Thank you. What is the wish of council?
Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the amendment to the Community Development Fiscal Year 2023 fee schedule. Is that what I was supposed to be saying?
Councilor Rohrbach, would you like to support?
I would, thank you.
Thank you. Motion has been made to approve the amendments to fiscal year 22-23 fee schedule. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carries. Next up from DPS, the Kaliwa contract reopener.
The current agreement between the Great Lakes Water Authority and the City of Madison Heights calls for a contract reopener every 4 years to evaluate maximum day usage trends, peak hour trends, and contract terms generally. Information such as meter locations and emergency connections are also reviewed. Presented for council's consideration tonight is amendment number 4 to the water service contract between Kaliwa and the City of Madison Heights. This amendment includes 2 housekeeping language changes to align the contract with current practice. Staff and I recommend that council approve amendment number 4 to the water service contract between Kaliwa and the City of Madison Heights and authorize the mayor, city manager, and the city clerk to sign on behalf of the city.
All right, thank you. What is the wish of council?
Your Honor, I move that council concurs with staff recommendation and approves Amendment 4 to the water services contract between Kaliwa and the City of Madison Heights and authorizes the mayor, city manager, and city clerk to sign on behalf of the city.
Thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor,
Please.
all support.
Thank you. Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next up, item 7 from city manager, the Ambassador Park lease, the letter of intent.
The City of Madison Heights and Oakland County Parks and Recreation have been working together on a possible lease for Ambassador Park. Once completed, this lease will come before City Council for their consideration and possible approval. To facilitate Oakland County Parks and Recreation's application for American Rescue Act funding, OCPR requires a letter of intent to acknowledge that the city and the county are working to possibly negotiate a mutually acceptable lease for Ambassador Park. This lease would intend to be for an estimated period between 25 and 30 years. It would include all operations, planning, and maintenance of the park and park features to be updated, including the conversion of the existing tennis courts into pickleball courts, a construction of an accessible bathroom facility at the park, conversion of the current practice athletic field and bleachers to an alternative use yet to be agreed upon by the parties. Staff recommends that City Council approve this letter of intent between the City of Madison Heights and Oakland County Parks and Recreation Commission for a possible lease of Ambassador Park and authorize the mayor to sign on behalf of the city.
All right, thank you. What is the wish of council?
Your Honor,
Please.
I'd like to make a recommendation that council approve the letter of intent between the City of Madison Heights and Oakland County Parks and Recreation Commission for the lease of Ambassador Park and authorize the mayor to sign on behalf of the city. I'm not sure about pickleball. No, I'm just kidding. That's great.
Support?
Your Honor.
Please.
Support.
All right, thank you. Motion has been made, seconded, regarding the letter of intent. Is there any discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carries. Next up is item 10 that was added on. This is the tentative agreement. Can I get a motion from council to approve?
Your Honor,
Please.
I move that council approves the proposed tentative agreement from AFSCME Local 1917-34, Department Heads Union, and the City of Madison Heights.
Thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor. Support.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carries. We have the bid award purchases from city manager. We have the communication conduit and SM fiber cable.
So as part of the fire station number 2 renovation, new furniture is required to fit the space, including twin beds, a conference table, side chairs, and the recliners. This furniture was sourced by the fire department and the architect from a company called Dream Seat, a vendor specializing in fire department products. Staff and I recommend that City Council approve the purchase of Fire Station 2 furniture from Dream Seat LLC in the amount of $18,452.41.
Okay, so I just want to clarify that is item 11, furniture, not 8.
Oh, I did it wrong.
That's okay, I'm fine with that. Can I get a motion to approve item 11 for the furniture purchase for fire station number 2?
Your Honor, I move that council approves the purchase of Fire Station 2 furniture from Dream Seat LLC in the amount of $18,452.41.
All right, thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor,
Please.
I'll support.
Okay, motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Your Honor,
Please.
I just want to make sure they got the top-notch cable too. So it's cable and TV.
Oh, I don't know about that. The union pays for their cable.
All right, is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carried. Next up, the fiber cable.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. As part of the Civic Center Plaza construction project, staff has located and tracked the existing fiber line, which runs underground through the construction site. This fiber is critical to City Hall operations. It controls all the phones and data connections of the police and fire department. Therefore, we issued a request for proposal to install a replacement fiber connection from City Hall to the police department. This RFP actually resulted in no bids being received. Staff worked with the construction manager, Frank Rewall, who contacted several vendors that did attend the mandatory walkthrough and was able to get actually 2 quotes for this work, but the lowest bidder is still Amcom Telecommunications. Demolition of the area contained in the current fiber is scheduled to begin in late September. Therefore, staff is requesting City Council approve this quote from Amcom Telecommunications for $25,527.15 to install a 4-inch underground communication conduit and single-mode fiber cable. And just for your information, since the agenda went out, the second bid came in and it was $66,000.
Okay then. Can I get a motion to approve for the fiber cable installation?
Your Honor,
Please.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the quote for Amcom Telecommunications in the amount of $25,527.15 for the installation of 4-inch underground communication conduit and single-mode fiber cable.
All right, thank you. Is there support?
Your Honor. Support.
Thank you. Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carries. And then last up for bid awards is the report.
Emergency purchase.
I'm not sure how the reference is.
It's an emergency purchase for a
Emergency
change
purchase.
order at 901 East 10 Mile.
All right, thank you. Can I get a motion to approve, please?
Your Honor, motion to approve as per in the.
So moved. Thank you. I get support?
Yeah.
Please. Support. All right, thank you. Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carries. And then last up, we have the approval of the minutes from July 25th. Can I get a motion to approve, please?
Your Honor,
Please.
I move that we approve the minutes from July 26th as presented.
All right. Can I get a
25th, sorry.
motion to support the approval of the minutes from the 25th of July? All right, thank you. Motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. Motion carries. And that concludes the regular portion of our meeting. Now, I'd like to comment.
Thank you, Your Honor. I want to first just say congratulations to, well, they left, to the beautification winners. You know, I try to do my lawn every year, and this year, every time I went to plant a flower, it was too hot. And I said, what is, it is, and I'm done with it. My garden is still sitting in cups, and I did not get along with it, but I mean, I applaud them for getting out there and actually planting those flowers. It does make the neighborhood look so much better when everybody comes together. And that takes me to the next point when the gentleman had mentioned about renters. All renters are not bad renters. I have rented in the city of Madison Heights. Take care of your lawn, take care of my water bill, take care of everything else that has to do, that goes along with being a homeowner. So unfortunately, he is living next to or down the street from someone that does not care about the property because they are a renter, but every renter is not the same. So don't go too hard on the renters. Then lastly, Madison Heights Coalition, along with the Madison Heights Recreation and Ricky Busler Real Estate Professional, they are hosting a night under the stars, a family fun night this Wednesday, August 10th, where they'll be showing the movie Encanto. I hope I said it right because my son will.
Encanto.
Encanto? Okay.
Encanto.
Encanto?
Yeah.
All I know is we don't talk about Bruno. So, but they are going to be hosting it. The event starts at 6 p.m. So grab your kids, something to drink. Nothing, something good like water, juice, and come on out and enjoy a night under the stars with your family this Wednesday evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Ray?
Yeah, I definitely don't talk about Bruno, but I will just say I would just like to pay my condolences to Wayne. So Wayne Reef, I remember the first time I actually met him. I saw him in the chat rooms, and then we did a water games event last year, and he showed up. And not only did he show up with like a gigantic trailer, water gallon of water, ready to supply water for the entire event, because we didn't know if we can get the fire department out. And like, he was just there, and he was just ready to help, and he was ready to hang out. And like, that comes from having a big and a generous heart. So I just want to send my sincere condolences to his friends, to his family, to the people in the community that knew him. He was a guy of the community. So with that, just remember to be kind. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do, Your Honor. First of all, congratulations to the Beautification Award winners. It's too bad they weren't here to hear this. Mr. Miller was pointing at his wife, giving her all the credit. Or Mr. Brown was pointing to his wife, giving her all the credit. And congratulations to the, to everyone nominated as well. Bill Mayer from Little League Baseball came in tonight before the meeting, and he handed me this plaque, which is for the Sherman & Sherman Giants, who we sponsored this year, and they lost in a heartbreaker in the championship game. Mr. Mayer told me they were down 3 runs going into the bottom half of the last inning, came back and scored 2, but lost by 1 run. So congratulations to the Sherman & Sherman Giants. And with the tying run on Thursday, I mentioned this to council a few years ago, the Sherman & Sherman, I can't remember which team it was, but we won the championship, and they called my brother and I to join them for their celebration at Augie's as the owners or sponsors of the team. So it was really nice. And I'm mentioning it because I just want to say, we've been part of this community for a long time, and it is our pleasure to contribute to Little League Baseball and Little League Football and all the worthy events that go on here. Juneteenth, Trail Tunes, Festival in the Park, you name it, because that's our way of giving back to the community. And we love the people here, and we're willing to support all worthy causes that we believe in, and those are some of them, just to name a few. So thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And it'll go on our wall. We have an entire wall covered with plaques like this, and they're all special to us. Thank you. Thank you.
I think other people have covered everything else, so I have no comment tonight.
I just want to say thank you to all the election inspectors that worked the election. There's 2 sitting in the front row right here. Can't do it without you. We appreciate all your hard work. It's a long day, and everything went relatively okay on election day, so just appreciate your support. Thank you.
Yeah, I want to note first that the HREC is having a plant sale. It's one of our fundraisers for the year to help support some of the work that we're doing, and it's on the 14th, so it's this Sunday from 2 to 5 p.m. out in front of the police station. And so if you want to get your fall native plants, you come out to the plant sale this weekend and pick some up, and the proceeds will go to help pay for some of our projects and activities that we'll be doing with the HREC throughout the year. And then, I wrote down 6 p.m. movie. I wanted to make sure I remembered. I don't know where that movie is, so I need to find out because we need to go.
It's right there at Civic Center.
As many of you know, there's the fire going on at the power station at 12th and Campbell right now. I know a lot of folks in the city are without power, so you're probably not watching this right now. And if you are and you need help, please, if you have power, reach out to your friends, neighbors, make sure you're taking care of each other as neighbors right now. And it's a hot one, so please take care of each other when we're in this situation. And thank you to our election workers and clerk's office for all the hard work at the election. I appreciate everyone, especially my mother. She's an election worker. I'm always impressed how long the many hours that she puts in that. So, and then I want to say about Wayne Reef. I met him many times, and he was always such a character. And one day in 2020, he called me up and said, "Hey, I got this. I went to some book sale somewhere, and at the end of the sale, they had all of these books left over, and he was like, I'll take them all." And he took every last book that was left over at this book sale, and they were mostly children's books. And he said, "I have all these children's books in my garage, and I don't know what to do with them, so I'm wondering if you'll just come and take them, and then throughout the summer, just put them in that little free libraries around the city for me." So I did that. I went over to his car, he loaded up my car, and I kept those books. We took them out to the little free libraries, and at some point there was a teacher that was looking for books to fill up her school library in her classroom, and so she took a big portion of those, and so those books probably helped people for
And today I'm here with a special report
a long time. So that's all I have to say.
I'm sorry.
So I wanted to also thank the election workers who did a great job. I know that I went through the election and voted myself, and also thank Councilman Soltis for running for state rep. Even though he did not win, he did a great job running to represent us all. And I also want to thank the police, fire, the DPS, who have been doing a tremendous job taking care of fires, down lines, and working extra hours, just trying to make sure we have a safe city. In the last few weeks, we've had a lot of storms, and it's a lot of extra overtime hours that they've been working probably. On September the 6th, coming up at 6 p.m. at the Adult Access Center, the Attorney General Dana Nessel, will be having a consumer protection talk. The Madison Heights Crime Commission is hosting that event, and so there's a flyer that is online. The mayor has posted it, and so have I, and we'll be posting it. It'll be on the city on the city Facebook page pretty soon. And then I also want to say congratulations to all the nominees and the winners of the Beautification contest that they had. That's all I have today. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Nothing today.
All right, thank you. Thank you everyone who came out this evening, everyone who spoke. Just want to remind everyone that we will be doing our second appointment to the boards and commissions for the year. We do it in February, and we do it again in August. So if you are interested in joining one of our boards and commissions, please reach out to the clerk. You can get an application online. I don't know off the top of my head which ones we do have open, but I do know that we do have some vacancies. So if you're interested, please apply. And then we've got a meeting on August 24th. It's going to be here, and it's because we're doing our updating for our zoning ordinances. We've got the master plan that we did last year, so we're going to be holding a public engagement workshop to sort of talk about what we're doing with the zoning, and get, we'd like everybody's ideas. There's a lot of things where people in the public are not probably that concerned with whether or not we're going to get a new fire truck from company A or B, or a police car from A or B, or a lot of the more mundane things that really are sort of in the background of everything you do. You expect us to get you police cars and fire trucks and everything else that works, and then we get for a good price, but you're not too interested in that. But when we're talking about maybe leasing out one of our parks and maybe putting in a playground equipment and maybe doing this and maybe doing that, maybe changing zoning, that's when more people seem to be interested. So mark it on your calendars. It's August 24th. It's 5:30. It's right here at the fire station one, right across from the library at City Hall. So if you do want to participate in this, it is a Wednesday. I invite you all to come back for that. Our next meeting is going to be on a couple days before that. It is August 22nd. The time is now 8:22, and this meeting is adjourned. Thanks.